Garbage pail kids, fizzies, Pez dispensers, bubblegum cigarettes. You're looking at one of the greatest candy collections in the world, and you'll find it right here in Georgia. The last time we saw Bruce Weiner was just over 3 years ago, as he was auctioning off the world's greatest collection of microcars. He had traveled the world over assembling the 500-car collection, but Weiner discovered in that it was the hunt that he loved and not so much the caretaker role. Soon after the gavel sounded on the final lot in the 484-piece auction, Weiner turned his hunt to a new passion: candy. Many of days, this is where you'll find Weiner, opening the latest assortment of packages from the post office to unveil a new candy treasure.
That to me is gold.
Sure, you can buy sweet tarts around town to get your candy fix, but Weiner's fix doesn't come from the sugar. It comes from finding items like this full box of sweet tarts that you probably wouldn't want to eat.
I mean, this is 46 years old.
The walls and display cases of Weiner's massive museum in Madison are filled with similar products with similar stories. There are cartons of Juicy Fruit and Big Red when it's sold for 25 cents a pack, another rack with a dime price tag. There's chiclets, sugar daddies, chewing gum mustaches, and some pieces of gum that are over 100 years old. Weiner's interest in candy collecting should come as no great surprise, considering his background. He founded one candy company, bought several others, owned Double Bubble, and eventually sold most all of it, the Tootsie Roll, more than a decade ago. A number of items in his collection he actually created. A majority of the others he bought on eBay.
And I was like 5 or 6 years old. And I cried and cried for it, and my mother sent my dad back in there to get it for me.
And his collection extends beyond candy. Weiner has a lot of collectibles from his childhood, whether it's every model of that Schwinn bike that he wanted as a little boy, to ant farms and erector sets, to Polaroid cameras, to pinball machines. But ask him about his favorite, and these rank at the top: the Disneyland Toy Factory Mold-O-Rama machines. The machines featured a mold that created a wax plastic figure of some of Disney's most popular characters. Weiner remembers buying a few characters growing up, but leaving the finished product in the car on accident.
It was just a glob of wax. When we came back from, I'll never forget that. I cried, and I wanted my dad to let me go back in the hotel and buy another one, but he said, hey, on our way.
And while the machines look sensational now, that's not how they looked when Weiner acquired them.
Here's some more of the parts. These are the hydraulic drives. These right here are the air pumps and motors.
Out in the work shed, there are thousands of parts for more Toy Factory Mold-O-Rama machines that his crew rebuilds in their entirety. It's a lengthy process. He's got one full-time employee who has worked the last 2.5 years on the machines. Now, as for the future, you'll find Weiner scouring eBay for the oldest candy collectibles with the hope of one day reopening his museum to the public. Nelson Hicks, WSB-TV.com.